if you start making fire in the oven, please make sure you have the following stuff. So you will need a very small pieces of wood. I mean really small. The wetter it is, the smaller you need. Plus some bigger logs, but again, for starting fire, the smaller the better. Then for later on, you may want to use these wooden briquettes. They are stored in the warehouse, but that's not for starting fire. That's for maintaining fire, or maybe for night. And here above the oven, you have these small things to start the fire. So number one thing is that here you can see it has 3 doors. The bottom one that's not used for anything, the medium one, and the top one. So in the medium one, make sure that it's not full of ashes. If it is full of ashes, then throw it to the toilet, let's say, or outside, doesn't matter. And this door provides control for how much fire you have. So if you start the fire, you need to keep it open, and once the fire is burning and it's maybe too hot in the cabin, then you would close it. When you close it, the oven gets less air and there is less fire going on, and the fire is smaller. But when you start the fire, just keep it open for a few centimeters. The second thing is that make sure that there are no ashes in the oven, or just clean it a bit. This is the way I do it. So I start with a bigger log. I put it to the left side. This is just in order to have some space below it. Put the very small ones on top of it, and some bigger ones on the very top. And the lighting stuff goes just below it. When you light it now, you can close the top door, keep the bottom door open, and it should work. Yeah? Fingers crossed. Now the magic trick is that if you have perfectly dried wood, you don't need to know much. You don't need to know much about making fire. That's easy. But most of the time the wood is fresh and it's dry, and it's wet, and sometimes it's totally wet. And then the important thing is that you mix the wet wood with these wooden briquettes, or if you have some other dry wood, then mix it up. So if you have one log wet and one log dry, that's the magic trick. So when you come to the cabin and no one has been here before you for a longer time, and it's all cold, the chimney is cold and the oven is cold, when you start making the fire, a lot of smoke may go out of the oven, and it will fill the whole cabin and the whole kitchen, and maybe also the upper rooms. Don't worry too much about it. It's once the chimney gets warmer, the air circulation will start working well, so the air will be sucked into the bottom door, and it goes up quickly into the chimney, and then you will have no smoke. So when you start with some smoke, don't worry about it, that's okay.